Look, the thing about exercises in general is that all of us can come up with exercise for every single technical problem, really. I'm absolutely in love with practicing, with exercises. Let me show you my practicing routine, the exercises I do and how I do them. I start with arpeggios. First, I work on very simple arpeggios. There is like a 12 or even 15 different patterns, but let's focus on the first one. First one is simple E, B, G. That's it. Now, what I'm gonna do here is I prepare my entire hand, right hand. I put my thumb on 4 strings, these 3 fingers on trebles, and first method is I prepare the group of fingers, which is all fingers down. Thumb always there for stability, for connection with strings, and I'm only playing with these 3 fingers. So E, B, G, planting, preparing the whole group of fingers, just like that. Here we go. Now, it's very important to use metronome with it, so I'm gonna use the metronome just to show you, because the metronome keeps you on your toes. It keeps the precise movement. So, 1, 2, 3, 4. 4, the 4th beat is the preparation. Remember, the preparation of the group, that's landing of all these fingers on strings, is as important as playing. So, boom, boom. Really important that the landing is the 4th beat. And now when we have that, I practice this exercise also with left hand, because I use this time to also exercise my left hand. So I go 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. And then 4 times with F, 4 times with F sharp, 4 times with G, 4 times with G sharp. But the important thing, I don't just press, however, and that's it. I make sure I am really preparing my left hand and precisely pressing. First of all, I don't press flat finger on string, straight. Because with straight finger, you basically touch the string and it's clean. With flat, you need to press and use much more energy to have a clear sound. So for sure, you want to put your finger straight like that. So what I'm doing is boom. And now, first finger. And now while I put first, I make sure the 2nd, 3rd, and 4th fingers are above first string, above the frets that they are going to be playing on. So 4th above 4th fret, above 3rd, 2nd, and 1st. And there's a distance in between fingers. So I don't go, you see, like this. They are all prepared. Now, 4th is my guide for positioning of my left hand. So if I go there and I base my position on 1st finger, this is how it would happen. The 1st finger would be on the 1st string, but the other fingers would be away from the neck. I don't want that. I want to make sure everything is very closely to strings, so I don't waste time when I press. So I base my hand position on 4th finger. This is my guide. So when I go like this. 4th finger here, then all of them beautifully in one line above their fret. And now making sure they are all ready for their turn. So let me turn on the metronome again to show you. Prep. I just do it 2 times each. Prep. First, look at the preparation of the left hand. Every single finger is ready. Now, prep. 2nd. 2nd is ready. Yes. Prep again. Prep. 3rd finger. Exactly that. Prep. Prep. 4th finger. Once I play with fourth finger, the first, second, and third are again above. Don't go away like this or anywhere. They are all here, always ready for their turn. Now, 4 times open strings. You can relax your left hand. The next thing we're gonna do is the same thing on second string. Also prepare like this, not, yeah, always the fourth finger is your guide. C sharp, preparation. Excellent. Third finger, 4 times. I do it only once just to show you. And fourth finger. And then again, you do 2 4 times open strings with remembering that the fourth beat is the landing of your fingers. Landing, yes? So, once you do that, of course, you do also on third string, and this first exercise is finished. This is the first method. Now, we go back to this exercise, and we do another method, which is preparing right hand fingers each separately, which means so you have all fingers down. Thumb is always there. Remember, thumb is always there on fourth string. Holding your hand close to strings, making sure everything is beautifully attached. And now I go 1, 2, 3. Obviously, there won't be a fourth empty beat because we are playing non-stop. So I turn on the metronome and I go 4 times, but I just show you twice. Just like that. Beautiful. Third. Checking the left hand positioning if it's all correct. Yes, everything is there. Attached, closed. Awesome. 4 empty ones. Open string. And then we do the same thing on the second string and on the third string. So the third method, you see, I'm using the same exercise, but I just have a different method again, is planting each finger separately, finger by finger. So I have, again, always. Fourth string, I put my thumb on, and then I go third. After third, right away, I prepare the second. After second, I prepare right away the first. After first, third. So I always go finger by finger, ready, exactly like that, preparing precisely one by one. So there's not even 1 second when all of the fingers are away from strings. There's always one finger that is touching strings. So I will show you this with 60, metronome on 60, and let's say with third string, yeah? So. Make sure the second finger is above the second fret. Same with third finger on the left hand, yeah? They're all in one line prepared. Always prepared, finger by finger, open strings. Okay, so what does this exercise do? First thing, it teaches you to minimize the movements, because the smaller the movement, the more precise they are. So that's extremely important. You have the small movement, your finger is very close to strings, the chance of missing the string is very low. If you are far and you need to go through all this distance, there is a chance you might miss it. So that's very important. Small movement. It teaches you attachment to strings. That's very important, to always be close, because the closer you are, the more control you have. And maybe the most important thing, it teaches each of your fingers independence. And if your fingers are not independent, you will not have a precise arpeggio, precise scales, precise tremolo. Independence is the key here. So we are focusing on each finger separately, first as a group to beautifully land, then each plays and comes back. So we think in each separately, and then one by one, so they cooperate. So we covering all 3 things here. Now, The very first exercise is the simplest one, is E, B, G, the one I showed you. But in the book that I'm using, there's 15 different patterns. So I show you just an example. Second pattern is B, G, E. This would be my first method, preparation of group of fingers. Yeah? And then of course with left hand. The same exercise with each finger prepared would be like this. Thumb always down. And now third, finger by finger. Yeah, just like that. So it's really, really, really the same thing, just different pattern. But the method is much more important than the exercise. Then we have third exercise, like this. Then each separately will be. And one by one would be like this. Thumb always down, yeah? Quick movement, preparing everything. Great. So, as I said, there's about 15 different patterns. I'm not going to go through all of them because the most important thing is the method. I explained how I think it works best, and these are the three methods that you can use on any of these patterns, really. So first I go through, but when I practice at home, I go through all of them with each method. So it takes a little bit of time, maybe 20 minutes. And then after that, I go to another step, which is warming up my left hand a bit more. Because first I warm it up a little bit with this exercise, and of course by placing correctly straight on strings, always beautiful position here in one line, making sure that they're curved in every joint. It's really looks good and healthy, and I really make sure it's very clean. And then the next step is simple exercising of the power of my left hand. So I just go and do simple hammer-ons. But look, hammer-ons, it's an obvious thing. We all know what they are and we all practice them. But again, it's not just about hammer-on, but about how you do it. Making sure you have a beautiful position. So what I do is I do 4 times hammer on every string in position 1 to 5. So I go 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, then 4 times on 4th, 3rd, 2nd, 1st, then I move to 2nd bar, 2nd fret, 4 times, go down, then again, until I arrive to 5th position. When I arrive to 5th, I change to 2, 3, I do 4 times as well on each string, yes, 4 times, and then I do exactly the same thing, just coming back to 1st position, then I change to 3, 4. And then I go all the way up to 5th position. So this is the exercise, very easy. But now, the important factors. Again, make sure that the movement is straight. The finger goes straight on string, not flat. Yeah, straight movement, not a very, very big one. Medium one with a nice power, like a hammer, like a real hammer. You know, energy of the push, not really the size of it. Yeah, that's what is important. But I also use this exercise for another thing, for teaching my hand to work with this joint and positioning it. So I adjust the left hand position to what I'm playing. So obviously, the hand position is not going to be the same when I play hammers on 6th string than when I play on 1st. Because if this happened, I will have to squeeze in the 1st finger and all the fingers basically, and there is a big chance of mistakes and lack of clarity.